Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule, stop in and see what it is I'm up to. Today is Sunday, May 3rd, 2020. Excuse me. And we are starting on our 8th week of shelter in place, safer at home, isolate, whatever, due to the COVID-19 coronavirus thing going around. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon here in Jacksonville, Florida. Outside it's 84 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's, let's see, 29 degrees Celsius. Inside, excuse me, I still haven't turned on the air conditioner yet, and it's 7 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 294 degrees Kelvin. Whoa. Whatever the heck that means. Come on, there we go. 21 degrees Celsius. Love that big tree over top of this place. I really do. So, what's going on today? I don't know. Probably just yakety-yakking about this isolation, quarantine mess going on. They have started opening up the city, the state as well. They're opening up like the beaches and the parks. They've been open on a limited basis the past week and a half, I think. Need an aspirin. Got a headache coming on. Means we got a storm coming in. Excuse me. So they are opening the beaches tomorrow for the whole day. Right now, or up until today, they've been open from 6 to 11 and 4 to 8 or something like that. So now they're going to open them up for the whole day, which is nice. The only problem is the local parking, like, you got the parking lots right by the beach, they're still closed. So you need to park 2 to 3 blocks away from the beach and walk to the beach so you can walk on the beach. And this son of the beach ain't walking that far just to walk on the beach. I just can't do it. It's one thing walking on the soft sand, walking on pavement and whatever. It's just brutal on my ankles. And with the heat and the humidity, I don't even know what the humidity is outside today. Let's see. It's not too bad right now. It's 51%. So anyway. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could actually go out and sit and walk on the beach. You're not allowed to sit on the beach. They don't even like you like just standing there. But then you're allowed to go out and fish. So there's a couple of things, that just don't really quite make sense. It's like, go to the beach and walk. You're not allowed to sit or stand. And you're not allowed to bring coolers and stuff like that. But you're allowed to fish. In order to fish, you got to stand in one place, more or less. I mean, you walk back and forth to your pole or whatever, or back and forth between your poles. But for the most part, you're just standing there or sitting there waiting for your pole to strike. And you need a cooler to put your bait in and your catch in. So it doesn't really make sense. It's kind of like some of these rules that, like, you're allowed to walk on the trail, but you're not allowed to ride your bikes on the trail. Although you used to be able to ride your bikes on the trail. I don't get it. What's the difference? So there was one state, and I don't remember which one it was, but you were allowed to fish from your kayak, but not from a motorboat. I don't know. It's some of the things are just they don't seem to make much sense. But we're trying, right? We're trying to keep this down to a minimum. Um, and it seems to be working for the most part. My son-in-law, little G's father, is in the hospital right now with pneumonia. Now, my daughter had called me the other day, or texted me the other day, and said that they had gone to the local testing area because was coughing and whatnot. And she thought he had the flu. So I right away thought they meant the little guy, little Chew. And, I was really worried. They came back that was negative. Well, then yesterday she texted me and said that she was at the ER with Chew, and they were testing him again and yada yada yada. And I was like, okay, so of course I'm kind of worried about this. What's going on? And she come back and again the COVID test came back negative, but they said that he had pneumonia and one lung was almost fully full. Well, yeah, I was extremely worried at that point. And I said something to her, and she said, "No, not little Chew, big Chew." Oh, that's right. They said they were going to transport him from the satellite ER and admit him into the hospital, and it was an adult hospital. I said, "Well, why not go to Wolfson's?" And she said, "No, Dad, not little Chew, big Chew." Like, huh. So a bit of a relief, but not a whole lot. So they have him still listed as COVID. I guess it's a pulmonary, so it may be somewhat related, but he's showing negative on the testing. So who knows? That's one of those big controversies out there. I saw a thing on Facebook the other day that a guy got eaten by a shark, and the death report said that, the death thing said, killed by COVID. So who knows? But I went to the store yesterday. Well, actually, the past couple times I've been to the store, and people are doing what I am calling the COVID door dance. And it doesn't just happen at the door, but if you're going in a door and somebody's coming out, and you get that in-out type thing, and you want to try to maintain your distance. So, and it happens a lot in the stores as well. Like if you're going down an aisle and you have to pass someone, people turn and look to the opposite direction, and I think people are really trying to maintain some sort of a distance. So it's, like I said, I call it the COVID door dance, but it happens all over the place. So even just walking through the parking lot, like you're pushing your buggy back to the cart or back to the car, and somebody's coming towards you. Well, they'll walk to the other side of the parking, the driving space. Excuse me, between the parking spaces. So I think that could be. It's more than likely part of the reason why this thing hasn't hit our country as hard as it has other countries. That's not to say it isn't hitting people. I don't know of anyone locally who has succumbed to the virus. Although I do have a couple of internet friends who have lost a loved one. So it's scary times is what it is. So I'm still not really going out. Like the other day, Bob and Swoosh wanted to go shopping, and Swoosh's big thing is she likes, when I do something like that, then she wants to take me out to lunch or out to dinner, or sometimes she just wants to do, just go out to lunch or dinner, and we really can't do that right now. We can go and get stuff for takeout, and that's what we ended up doing the other day. Only instead of going to one of the restaurants or something like that, we just hit Burger King, and then we went and sat down by the Intercoastal and sat down there and had, I'd call it lunch. For them, it was probably dinner. uh, but we could do it with a restaurant or whatever as well. It's just, I don't know. I'm still not up to ordering everything online, trying to figure out exactly what I want. Not that I've been doing it all that often, but I was reading a thing earlier today about people using these delivery services, Uber Eats, and I don't remember all the other ones. This thing was mainly about Uber Eats and how much they charge. My goodness, they charge the restaurant, and they charge the customer, and then they charge things like advertising fees and all this other stuff. So I can see it being a lucrative business when they started. When people were working and people had expendable income and stuff like that. But to add an extra, $10 or $12 onto a meal, that gets ridiculous. Restaurants should really consider having their own delivery. And right now they can't have waiters and waitresses. Well, have them do delivery service. I know it works. In fact, I don't know if I've told this story on here before or not, but a couple weeks ago, I was standing out front at night. It was in the evening, early evening, I don't know, 10 or 11 o'clock at night, something like that. I was just out there looking at the stars and, whatever, and a car drove down the street and went up a little ways, turned around, came back again, and they stopped and asked me what number I was, and I pointed it, on the side, and they asked me about another number, and I said, I think that's like, a door or so down that way, and they asked a name. I said, yeah. So they got down, and I was watching, and sure enough, they pulled off to the side, and two ladies of the evening got out. I shouldn't say that. I should say two ladies dressed like ladies of the evening, or possibly strippers. I'm thinking they may have been strippers because I think it was Boober Eats. Which is, it's not a name I made up. It's something here local, or it may not be local, maybe nationwide, but apparently you can call bars and strip clubs and have your food and imbibements delivered by a young lady who will also give you a show. So, hey, whatever floats your boat. So, there was somebody waiting in the car, and then these, like I said, two ladies got out and went in with a couple of trays full of food and bags and stuff, and they were in there 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes at the most, and they came back out and drove off. So, I can see that being semi-lucrative. For the depending on the person, personally, I'm not into that, but whatever. So I'm not into paying for Uber Eats. The other day I was like, I want something to eat, but I don't really feel like going anywhere. I started looking it up, and I forget exactly where I was going. I think it was Papa John's. Anyway, what I had chosen was going to be like $12, and if I had it delivered, it was going to be $22. No, and not today. Probably not ever. So, especially when I can, go ahead and get dressed and hop in the brat buggy and 3 minutes away, pick up the chow for free. So, but yeah, I'm really not going outing and abouting. That's one thing I kind of think. I've always been a bit of a hermit. I don't mind being by myself. Although I do like getting out with the grandbrats and the kids and whatever. But I don't mind being alone or by myself. And this is not helping. There for a while I was getting out and doing my not todays at the thrift stores and clearance aisles at Walmart or whatever. Just getting out and walking, and I'm in here, or out in my yard, or maybe a little bit of walking around the camp. But this has got to end just so I can get out of here. It doesn't really bother me, except that I was enjoying getting out and about. And now I think it's going to be a fight to get me back out and about again. So, I could go out today. There's a couple of spots I could go hit. Probably won't. Just because it's, I don't know, it's not the same. You're constantly worrying about, is this spot okay to be at? Am I going to get bothered by the police? I don't know. Maybe I'll go out this evening. Should be a pretty sunset. I'll go out and see. All the beaches and places I like to go are closed. So even the small beaches on the river. There's a couple of spots I might check out. But and getting out and about doesn't necessarily mean, at least for me, getting out and about with people. Now my brother Bob and Swoosh, they want to get back out and about, and they want to go to the flea market and all these places, and I kind of agree, but man, it's awful people-y, and I don't deal well with humanity. I like to get, places like that, I like to get in and out, not get all, condensed in with people, and I don't do crowds well. I don't do crowds well at all. So, but I do like going out and looking and whatever. So, you kind of put the two together and do what you're going to do, and I don't know. Like I said, I hope this thing ends soon. I do want to get back out. I'm not chomping at the bit like some people, but it really needs to happen. So anyway, I have a few concerns. Of course, I'm worried about my son-in-law. He was severely dehydrated, and then he's got the pneumonia. So bad enough that they wanted to admit him. So he'll probably be in there for a day or two. But it concerns me, that what if it is the COVID and he was having inaccurate testing, and it does happen. So what a false negative? That's the word I'm trying to think of. But I mean, hopefully, knock on wood, it's not a false negative. I really hope that it's really just pneumonia. But I still have that concern because right now he's living. Well, they're all the grand boys are there, or most of the grand boys are there. They've got 5 of them, and then they're staying with his mom. So there's a lot to be. There's a lot of reason to be hoping that it's not. Anyway, we're getting on to 20 minutes here, so I guess that's the update going on here. The 8th week of isolate in place, quarantine, whatever. things are opening up some. Like we're allowed to do restaurants. Restaurants are only allowed to have like 25% of their normal, and seating is they're spreading their seating out. Like tables are set out 6 feet apart. So like for every 4 tables that used to be in a spot, you've now got 2. However, a lot of people are also saying we're not going out. You know, it's like, okay, it's good that they're opening up. You ain't gonna find me in there. And a lot of people I know are like that. So I can understand, you know, the restaurants and whatnot are chomping at the bit to get open, get more money in. Some of the federal money has been slow getting out, so it's not really helping them. And you know, waitresses and bartenders and people like that really need to get back to work. But like I said, a lot of people are saying, no, we're not going to do it. Then again, there's a lot of people that, like when the beaches opened and you were supposed to maintain a distance and, you know, not do this, not do that. And a lot of the younger crowd were out there and, you know, congregating into groups and, you know, just enjoying life. And it wasn't supposed to be, unfortunately, it wasn't supposed to be an enjoying life thing as much as a get out in the fresh air and exercise thing. So, I don't know. Crazy times we're living in, people. Crazy times. Scary times in a lot of ways. So, let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fantastic. You want to check me out on Facebook or Instagram. I'll have links in the description box wherever that is on your device of choice. I'll also put links to similar videos, and you'll find my email and my snail mail. Excuse me. And all that, you know, similar links and all that good stuff. So, like, ring the bell, subscribe, share me around. If your loved one's nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them, especially in these turmoil times. We're not promised tomorrow, people. We're not promised our next breath. So I see y'all again. I hope you have a fandoculous day. Sláinte, y'all. Bye-bye.